Welcome to CPG Vibes. No scripts,
just chat.
I'm Alex Baer.
And I'm Wade Yenny.
Each episode is recorded live, and we talk all things food and beverage, and so much more.
Feel our vibe and search for CPG Vibes on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and make sure to give us a 5-star review.
If you'd like to sponsor our show with your product or service, email us at cpgvibes100@gmail.com.
Now, let's vibe.
Hello and welcome to episode 135 of CPG Vibes. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day and had a great week, and will be having a great weekend. Wade, how's it going, buddy?
It's going well. It's been a very, very busy week. I feel like I should just be attached to this chair looking at Zoom and Google Meets like nonstop. That's been my life this week, but it's been fun. I've got to talk to a lot of cool people. A lot of cool things coming up, and it's been a good week.
Awesome. Wanted to give a shout out to the Botanic Tonics Feel Free team. We got to get back to these, right, where we reveal the shirts like yours. You got Avoca. What's Avoca? Coffee?
Oh, well,
caffeine?
I'm glad you asked, Alex. It is a up and coming, brand new, caffeine-free alternative energy drink.
Nice.
And the interesting part about this is I was talking to the two fellows behind this, Doug and Holden, back in my Work with Wade days, and just kind of talking them through what they were working on, and it's come to fruition. They have 2 SKUs right now. They were part of the event at Sprouts that you were part of last week. As far as talking about it. So had a nice call with Doug yesterday, talking a little bit more about it. They sent me the product that is hot off the production line, as well as this nice shirt. So yeah, I'm happy to shout them out and check out their website here. I think if you look at it, it's actually on pre-order right now. So
nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, they have 1 SKU. This is again
two SKUs. Two SKUs.
Sorry.
There's Tokyo and Los Angeles. Yes.
So I was mentioning 1 SKU that says Los Angeles, 1 that says Tokyo. Kind of misspoke there. And it's called, you pronounce it Avoca?
I don't know that there's a right. I mean, for me personally, I'm going to guess it's Avica, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I'm not sure. That's a good question. Question.
I guess all the above. However you pronounce it, you're going to love it.
It's very tasty. It's very tasty. I tried both SKUs this week, and I really enjoyed them. So
what is the source of the energy if it's caffeine free?
You have to look at the ingredients panel. There's some different Holden.
I'm testing you right now.
Well, hey, these guys aren't paying me, but let's just make that clear. But if I look at the ingredient panel, there's all sorts of good stuff in there. They've got ashwagandha in there.
Okay.
They've got I'm trying to blow up my ingredient, enlarge it on my screen.
I see it now. So natural and enduring energy. They got D-ribose, ashwagandha.
There's some ginseng in there. Yep.
There's Panax, which is like Panax ginseng, but this is Panax noto ginseng, vitamin B blend. There's also bacopa, which is great for clarity, L-theanine, which is green tea extract, which doesn't have enough to be listed as caffeine. And they have soluble corn fiber, which we have to figure out why they're putting that in. I'm sure there's a reason.
What I was gonna say, what I would tell you is Holden is a just almost like a mad scientist. He knows he's very, very good with this stuff, and there's all sorts. I really, I think people know me well enough. I don't just plug things just to plug them. I did enjoy the taste of both these. It's kind of different if you look at the descriptors. The Los Angeles is frozen berry, zesty citrus. And the Tokyo is exotic citrus and juicy cherry. So very, very interesting, different. I mean, I think, in coming into a category like energy that, there's certainly many, many, many options out there to get something that's, unique flavor profiles, and certainly the city aspect, which you can look at their story on their website, which I linked in the chat. There's a lot. There's a lot there, but wish them the best of luck. They're good guys, and yeah,
Nice.
that's
It's really
But that's my shirt, courtesy
yeah,
of Doug and Holden. Yep.
yeah, it's pretty cool. They're naming it, not to belabor it, but they're naming it based off locations versus just a flavor, right? So Los Angeles is one SKU, Tokyo is another SKU, and they have plenty to choose from worldwide.
Oh
They
yeah,
can do Canada,
absolutely.
they can do Mexico, and so forth and so on. So good stuff. Okay, we're going to go through our laundry list items here. We have a great show, and my desk is overloaded. I'm afraid I'm going to spill something on our AR, our audio visual equipment, I should say. But I have drinks, I have food, I have bars, I have disinfecting wipes that I love to use. I have, so we have a special today, which is we're going to talk about the stuff we love, but it's an extended version of that. So usually at the end of every episode, we take 3 to 4 minutes and we mention one or two things. On this episode, we're going to take 15 or 20 minutes, maybe more, maybe less, talk about a multitude of things that we use, consume every single day, both me and Wade. So stay tuned for that. And we're also going to talk about the Mr. Beast Lunchables competitor called Lunchly. Has anyone heard about this on LinkedIn this week? Has anyone seen
No.
the 30 or 40 posts on this from Mark Samuel saying we've had enough to others talking about it? We're going to talk about it. We're going to read comments. Let us know your thoughts on it. The biggest thing I want to go over is what the hell the ingredients are, because I'm like, oh my God, like how can they be giving this to kids? But we're going to save that. So laundry list items. First off, we're the #1 rated podcast for CPG in the world. So thank you for keeping us there. And if you'd like to continue for us to keep that spot, please give us 5 stars on Apple Podcast. And Wade, you probably saw my post with our funny faces that we have a contest running, that if you give us 5 stars and you post the screenshot to the post that I made, then you have a chance of winning a free spot as a guest on our show. You can talk about whatever the hell you want, politically correct wise. You can talk about your brand. You can talk about your service. You can talk about yourself, but you can win a spot to be on our show in early 2025. So make sure to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcast or Spotify, and then post the screenshot to on the post that I just made on LinkedIn.
And I was going to say the beginning of each episode, and you're about to go through our sponsors, our ongoing sponsors, our weekly sponsors. The easiest way, without spending a dime, that you can support the show is to do what Alex just said. Take the link that's on the screen in the chat right now, copy, paste, 5 stars, done. You just helped us out immensely. So, yeah, that's a easy and free way to sponsor the show.
Exactly right. So we have sponsorship and block rates as well. So we are completely filled for 2024. So thank you, everyone, for supporting us and believing in us as your Face for Radio co-hosts here, and for supporting CPG Vibes. But right back at you. We can get the word out about your product or service to the many, many people that tune in live and also on the recording for Apple Podcast and Spotify. So 2024 sponsorship blocks are closed, but you can start booking them out for 2025 in January. And part of February is already filling up, Wade. So we're already, Q1 is almost filled up at this point with CPG Vibe sponsorships. If you do 3 or more, you get a discount. If you do your first sponsorship, you get a discount. We got people like Robert Kogan in the past that did 10 of them. So he got a huge discount. So make sure to reach out to us at cpgvibes100@gmail.com if you want some information on sponsorships. We also have our ongoing sponsors. So, and that is My Way 3PL and Range Me. We'll talk about them. Before we do, we have our weekly sponsor, right? And today it is Rebel Eats. And we're going to talk about them for just 30 seconds or so. And so thank you to the team at Rebel Eats. We're going to be joined by Abby June Richards, who is a advocate, ambassador, and a member of Rebel Eats. And she'll be talking about what she does around the 35 or 40 mark. And there she is. We can see her. You can't see her. She just walked back in. She heard her name. She's like, let me get back in the room. Let me see what's going on here. So a little bit about Rebel Eats. It's called the Rebel Eats Provider Network. The problem that it solves, they make it easier to find the expert to help your needs in the CPG space. So they're really focused on CPG, How it's useful to service providers: you be part of an exclusive vetted group. So if you offer a service, if you offer something, you're part of a vetted group to gain exposure, attract and filter new clients through a profile. How it works: it's an online directory of vetted professionals. So they're always open, no signups, and of course, it is free to sign up. Encourage nominations of great service providers. So if you know someone, like let's say someone that is that manages brand growth and business development at companies like VDriven, you can nominate that guy, right? I can nominate Wade to go on there to be a service provider because I love him and believe in him. You can do the same. So Wade, I'll nominate you if you're not already on there. So
right on.
That's Rebel Eats Provider Network, and they're giving away a 12-pack of the kefir water. So it's a kefir water in a can, delicious, gives you probiotics. And of course, again, we're being joined by at the 40 mark by Abby June Richards. She is the CPG CFO. She does fractional CFO services and works with CEOs and CPG, and more about that later. And then our ongoing sponsors, we have My Way 3PL. Their logistics solutions were born from seeing all the pain points CPG brands go through with other logistics providers. With a solid foundation of proven results in cost savings and operational enhancement, they offer a true balance of both strategy and execution. Partner with My Way 3PL to streamline your logistics and scale from small to large or even large to larger. You can see right there, go to myway3pl.com/CPG vibes. Need to emphasize this. If you want to get the savings, you want to get a direct meeting with the ownership team there, you got to fill out that form. So instead of just going to their website, fill out the form and you're eligible for cost savings and special deals only through CPG Vibes. The other one is Range Me, and they're a premier partner. We love them. They're the smartest way to get your brand in front of thousands of retailers. Experience always on-brand exposure, exclusive buyer discovery opportunities, and access to proprietary insights, research, and resources. They have over 15,000 buyers. And again, you need to go to the sign-up form to get any of these deals and to get access. So, it's rangeme.com/CPG vibes. And they work with retailers that are on there looking for the next best thing. Target, Albertsons, Whole Foods, Sprouts, Publix, Kroger, Costco, Wegmans, H-E-B, Food Line, Giant Foods, Fresh Market, and let's not forget Jimbo's, right? Can't forget them. So, and that's not all. Range Me combined with ECRM category sessions deliver exclusive live in-person events. Joe Tarnowski does that. So make sure to reach out to them. You can elevate your brand by visiting rangeme.com/CPG vibes. Again, to get these discounts of 30% off their annual fees from $13.99 down to $9.99, from $24.99 down to $16.99, you got to go to that link and fill it out. And there might be a contest coming, Wade. If you fill it out, one lucky winner might get something. We're working on that with Range Me. Don't want to jump the gun or jump the shark, but it looks like we'll do some kind of contest with that. rangeme.com/CPG vibes. All right. Well, Wade, I'm going to catch my breath, get my oxygen machine. Back to you.
Great.
And you'll also YouTube, right?
Well, that's what I was going to touch on. You must have read my mind. So yeah, we have a YouTube channel. I'm putting the link in the chat now. I uploaded the last 4 episodes today, so those are live now. You can check it. The link is in the chat. It's youtube.com/@CPG vibes. You have to put that @ sign in to go there. But just for everyone, if you look at it, when we were doing using a different format, some of the episodes are under the live tab on YouTube. You have to go to live to see those. I think there's a handful of episodes there, like the special edition Outside the Tank, the expert series with brands, brokers, and buyers, our episode, which was really popular about Newtopia Now, and the Master Series Volume 3 with Adam Brown, Mark Samuel, Max from Basemakers, and Czar from High Touch. Yeah, those are under the live tab. But now we're back to the video tab since we're back to our original format. So the last 4 episodes with Jake Carl as a co-host, the Newtopia Now discussion on brain focus health products, the brands to watch and fun stores to shop at, as well as last week's episode, which I got some positive feedback on from a few people, with the co-founder of Netflix, Mark Randolph. Those are all
Yeah.
uploaded and live now on YouTube.
Yeah, this is kind of we're going to still stick to our roots, right? And we're going to get into our subjects for this week, which is Lunchly, released by Mr. Beast, and also stuff we love. But we're sticking to our roots, being CPG centric, but we're kind of dipping our toe in the body of water next to us to venture into inspirational CEOs, inspirational visionaries that may not be CPG related, but they're definitely entrepreneurial related. And so Mark Randolph was one of those individuals we brought on the show last week, the co-founder of Netflix, where he shared his entire story from how they started in their garage to, becoming a company worth $300 billion. How many years later? 30, almost 25 years later, 26 years later.
Right.
So we want to bring on more of these types of guests. So we're actually coming out with a new series called the Celebrity Series, which it may not even be CPG, but they're celebrities we know and love. And we're getting requests for them to come on our show, which is really, really exciting. So look out for those in 2025. All right. So I guess I'll kick it off, right? And I'm going to pass it on to you, Wade. But this week the news hit, which everyone's been talking about, which is this Lunchly thing from Mr. Beast. So we got Lunchly, which is a competitor to Lunchables, and this has been being not only backed by Mr. Beast, but by Logan Paul and KSI, who are the co-founders and influencers behind Prime Hydration and Prime Energy Drink. And then we have also, is there one more individual involved in this? I'm trying to remember. But those are the three main guys that are involved.
Yeah.
And, Gavin is saying, honestly, the specs aren't horrible. I mean, let's let you guys be the judge. We're not here to tell you what to think, but it comes with 3 items. It comes with a pizza. It comes with a Feastables chocolate bar, which has already been in the market, primarily like in 7-Eleven. I see him holding the bar with a little cutout. So he launched it nationally in 7-Eleven, and then Prime. And I believe it's the Prime Hydration because they don't want to have the energy one in there for kids.
Right.
And, number one, they have the Prime, which is called Cherry Freeze flavored. I won't list all the ingredients. I mean, there's some okay ones in there like B vitamins and A vitamins, but it has natural flavors. It has the potassium phosphate. It has sucralose, which is a big no-no in my book, an artificial sweetener. Their pizza crust is enriched, bleached wheat flour. I'm trying to keep a straight face here. Vegetable shortening, interesterified. I've never heard that word before. Soybean oil. I'm reading it from their website. Hydrogenated soybean oil, which is, not good. Then it has some other stuff here. Calcium propionate, preservatives, monoglycerides, contains wheat. The pizza sauce is probably the better of all of them because the pizza sauce, I wonder if they can sell that separately, has tomato paste, sugar, modified cornstarch, salt, highly refined soybean oil. It's kind of questionable, citric acid, garlic powder. And then they also have uncured pepperoni. And then they have the milk chocolate. What's ironic, Wade, in this whole thing is, to me, the healthiest part of this whole meal is the chocolate bar. It's a chocolate bar. It has milk chocolate, sugar, whole milk powder, cocoa butter, unsweetened chocolate, lecithin, which is pretty common for a emulsifier, vanilla extract, crisp rice, which is rice flour, sugar, and salt, which is the shortest of all the ingredients. So we can post comments on it. We're going to, we're going to display your comments and shout you out. But again, I'm trying to be unbiased here. It's hard to when reading these ingredients, but Wade, what are your thoughts on this whole move?
Well, I think the gist of it is it's not, to Gavin's point, it's not that much more terrible than what's already in the market, but I think that's the key point. So when you look at it, their 2 talking points are protein and electrolytes, which the electrolytes is coming from that Prime Hydration, and obviously the protein varies on the package. When I look at the us versus them scenario and comparing the pizza, for example, the protein actually is higher in Lunchables. The calories are slightly higher in Lunchables. The electrolytes is obviously in the favor of this hydration drink because Lunchables has a Capri Sun inside of it, and therefore the sugar content is also higher in the Lunchables because they have the Capri Sun as well as a candy bar. And then when you look at the Fiesta Nachos, kind of the same story. They have more protein in this new item. Calories are less, electrolytes are more, and the sugar is less. And it's kind of the same scenario. The Lunchables has a candy bar and a Capri Sun versus this hydration drink. And then the third item is the turkey things. Protein's equivalent. Calories are less in the new item. Again, same story. Electrolytes and less sugar based on the candy bar and the Capri Sun. And I think for me, Alex, it's not. I think what's upsetting is that simply, in this day and age when schools are supposed to be focused on bringing healthier things in and things like that, I think the greater population, or at least especially in the channels we play in the natural, organic, and specialty channels, is that looking for healthier options. And while this has some attributes that certainly are quote unquote better than Lunchables, it doesn't fix the problem, right? I mean, there's still this crazy sugar. The ingredients, as you mentioned, there's some ingredients that just don't. It's in my mind, it's just slightly better than Lunchables only because you have electrolytes instead of sugar, but that's it. I mean, everything else is the same as what's already out there. So you really haven't fixed or presented a solution. You've just put a different drink in, eliminated the candy bar, that the candy aspect compared to Mr. Beast. I don't know. I guess his is better technically, but it's not an improvement on what's out there. They can market it that way, but because of their presence on social media and their influencer status, they're going to continue to put things like this out there because if you look back to the starting point of Prime, as the craze that was out there, I'm guessing this is probably going to be a similar situation, and then it's probably going to die a slow death, just like the Prime Energy, and it went to the moon, and then it's just going to be a drop off, and they'll be on to the next. It's just like a short term pop and then gone.
Yeah. I don't think they're building this brand or at least these product lines to last for 5 or 10 years. It's kind of like a hot drop. Here it is. Sales are really high. And then the excitement wanes, goes away. And then, like you said, you nailed it, moving on to the next. And, I've spoken to different liquor store owners and stuff like that. Not that I'm in there just buying liquor all the time, but I know people that own liquor stores and own convenience stores across Los Angeles. And they're saying that Prime has plummeted beyond belief, like more than anything they've seen, I think, since Bai, right? The BAI, that the hydration electrolyte drink, I believe it was, or antioxidant drink. And so they used to be able, they couldn't even get their hands on Prime 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And people were collecting it. Kids were collecting it. Kids were begging their parents to buy it when they went into the stores. They went from that to being in the bargain bin, 2 for $1, can't get rid of it, too many flavors, too many bottles, and the shelf is just full. So I think Prime sales are going to be cut by at least half, if not maybe 60, 70% this year. So you're definitely right. It was a pump and dump. And I feel it's the same way with this. The lesser of two evils is not enough personally for me, right? Or what I bring in my home or feed my kids. But I think for for a majority of the country, let's say, or parts of the country where they just want something healthier, that's not healthy, but it's healthier than, let's say, a Lunchables. For that, mission accomplished, but still the ingredients are questionable. And, without, I don't want I'm being diplomatic here, right? But they could have done better is what I'm trying to say. They could have done better. Take the pepperonis off the pizza. And I know that's going to give it more protein with pepperonis. The chocolate bar, I think, is the best part of this, but the Prime, and the sucralose, and then all the ingredients that are in the oils and the preservatives and all this in the pizza wasn't really necessary. But you also have to remember, they're trying to get it to a certain price point to be competitive with Lunchables. So maybe they have to put certain ingredients in, cut corners here and there to be at a similar or better price point to get people to switch over from a Lunchables to a Lunchly. So again, they're looking at the mainstream play. They're not looking to bring this kit into Erewhon anytime soon, or Jimbo's, or Fresh Market, or any of these other stores, right? So that's the play that they're doing, and it probably will be successful because of all the marketing power that they have to get kids to want it and buy it. But I wish they just did better with the ingredients. I really wish they did.
Well, I think that's the point. Is Kenny has a good point here with regards to it's a flash in the pan. Seems to be in society we're in these days with influencer mentality, and I think that's just it. When you have a viral video, it's there and then it's gone, and you might have a little ripple effect after, like aftershock if you're an earthquake, right? And you ride the waves a little bit, and then you're on to the next. And I think to your point, they could have used their star power to do something better, and they chose not to. And I think that's just the world we live in right now. That's they're using their fame and fortune to get out there and do add to that, and they're not really concerning themselves with doing something better. Even though the marketing behind it would tell you that it is, that's obviously questionable depending on the way you look at it. So.
Exactly. And we'll read this comment from Gavin, but it's like, why would these influencers that are spending their time and resources not want to build a legacy versus just a pump and dump? Like, why not build something, like Jennifer Garner has done with Once Upon a Farm, right? Which is worth, they're doing over 100 million in sales, and they're probably worth much more than that, right? $500 million. They're probably approaching that valuation. Why not build something for the long term that helps the future of this country, of America, and abroad? And that's the biggest thing that I don't get their mentality, which is the pump and dump, make a quick buck and get out. And they're not really helping anyone. They're not helping people's health. And in a year or two, this is probably going to go bye-bye and the hype will be done. So why are they not building a legacy? I guess maybe that's the way they work, right? They want to use their influencership to next hot product, build it up, profit, move on. And that's sad that is the model. And I don't like it, but what can we do?
I do have to at least mention the South Park episode mocking or focused on Prime, because that was very, very, very amusing. I got a kick out of that. But I think there's some good comments in here from Kenny, and saying, Lunchley is sustaining the narrative. We need to change the narrative. Jeff and Peter, who I had good calls with, a good call with yesterday. Jeff, I'm going to create a lunch set that is only real meat and call it Meatables. And Peter says, I'd love to help kids learn the facts and push back, demand better. So a lot going on there.
Yeah, changing the narrative. I think that's been the key line that I'm reading. And then Jeff Lukowski, yes, Kenny, why not do something really good to give busy, healthy people a better choice? And again, Once Upon a Farm moved in that direction. They made it convenient, affordable, and extremely healthy, something that I give my son Aaron every day. I just bought, their 12-pack at Costco, right, for a really great price. So I hope this all changes, and I hope they use their power for good. That's it, really. Nothing else to say on that subject, right, without belaboring it.
Exactly.
Couple other comments here. Gavin Conkle, P3 protein was good. I like that. It was an adult snack when I was in the office. What else? A couple other comments here. Here we go. This is a good one. Peter, did you read this one? Peter Jude.
No.
Ricciardi. Probably butchered her last name. Sorry if I did. Kids learn to stop being fooled by tobacco companies. Perhaps the same movement could be developed in nutrition. If you want a good laugh, everyone, and Wade, go to Google and type popular products in the 40s and 50s, beyond just tobacco and everything else, but like nerve tonics, things that were, highly processed, that today you wouldn't even touch with a 10-foot pole. And they were consuming this stuff back in the 40s or 50s because that's all they knew. And I feel like the awareness is increasing because of social media in a better way, where if something is not good for you, you can Google it on your phone, from your pocket, and see that this is not good. I'm going to avoid this and replace it with a healthier option. So I think kids are slowly they're learning this, but they're also getting somewhat brainwashed by influencers, which is the problem. But I think it all comes down to not just the kids, but the parents, right? If the parents are educated and the parents help their kids make the better choices, we can avoid, having kids that are, eating unhealthy and drinking unhealthy things. Because when they go home, you can say, no, this is not good. but this is good, and you're going to eat and drink what's in our household. The challenge is when the kids go outside the house, when they go to school, when they go to their parents' house, when they go to a soccer game. There could be a Prime there. There could be another drink. There could be whatever. And it's hard for a parent to police that. And I'm going to discover that later because my son is 2 years old. But I imagine once he turns 12 and he's going out with his friends, or 15 or 8, 16, I won't be able to completely control what he's having. Right. And he has to make his own choices at the end of the day. With all that said, we're going to take a pause here and just re-mention our sponsors. And we're going to bring in Abby June Richards in about 5 or 10 minutes here, but we're going to transition also to our next topic so we don't run out of time. But before we do that, so this episode is being sponsored by Rebel Eats. And again, our guest is Abby June Richards. He's an ambassador and also a member of Rebel Eats. He's the CPG CFO, and the prize is going to be a 12-pack of the Keef Kefir water at a $50 value, keefkefirwater.com. It's a gut healthy beverage. So make sure to stay tuned, and you can win that at the end of the episode by answering a trivia question. Something we mentioned somewhere in this episode will be the trivia question to win this product. Sponsored by Rebel Eats. And what are they solving? They make it easier to find experts that help with your needs in CPG. And if you're a service provider, you can be part of an exclusive vetted group, gain exposure, attract and filter new clients through your profile. And you can also nominate great people like Wade if they're a service provider on Rebel Eats. So make sure to nominate people, and they could be a vetted service provider listed publicly on Rebel Eats. Not publicly, you got to be a member to see it on rebeleats.com. And then our ongoing sponsors are MyWay3PL and also Range Me. Go to myway3pl.com/CPG-vibes. And they provide logistics solutions at a competitive price. And then we have Range Me, which they work with 15,000 buyers, Target, Whole Foods, Sprouts, the list goes on and on and on. And that's rangeme.com/CPG-vibes. So wait, in the 5 minutes before we bring on Abby with Rebel Eats and with CPG CFO, we're going to talk about stuff we love, extended edition. So what products, what do you got?
Well, I'm going to use this to do a couple cheap plugs for some of our brands at V-Driven, but ones that are new, innovative, and are kind of really exciting and have good stories behind them. So the first one I would talk about is Whole Harmony, and I've got those here. They've got some tonics, plant-based, organic. We got maple-infused elderberry. I got to figure out how to work the camera there. See that? I've got this amazing. They're working on changing their packaging currently, but I like this package for the purpose of what we're doing here today to be able to show you just how cool this product is. This is a tea. This one is the Immune Builder tea. But check that out.
That's loose leaf.
Right? It's just fabulous and great stuff. Again, organic and just amazing. Like the ingredients in this tea are elderberry, tutsi, astragalus, echinacea, peppermint, cinnamon, ginger, lemongrass, cardamom, licorice root, black pepper. Just really, really good stuff. Nice looking product. So
what is it called again?
It's Whole Harmony. I think I put the website up there, right? Or I had it up there, wholeharmony.com, and they've got. Wow. And they just came out with some new products, some new drinks, and I don't know if they're on there yet, but they've got a new product called Chakras that if they're not on there yet, they will be soon. But I'm talking specifically about today the tonics as well as the teas, and just great people. And again, I mentioned Doug and Holden from Avika earlier today. It's funny because the people behind this brand, Stacy and David, I also talked to prior to joining V-Driven, and when I was in my work with Wade progression, and I referred them to V-Driven, and here we are just a few months later, and they're V-Driven clients based on that referral. So it's which was also part of the inspiration for my post this week with regards to relationships. It's amazing how small it is and how the dots are connected, and this is just a perfect example.
Cool. And a shout out to Robert Cogan here from Powerful Energy. I know there's another event going on at the same time right now, a Canadian event with Mike and Jake. So, Robert, thank you for being bi-national here. You're going to the U.S. show and also the Canadian show at the same time. even though we're international. But let's just say it's thank you for being here, Robert. So I'm going to mention a couple, and then again, we're going to break this up. You're going to laugh. I brought
I was
this
going to say, I've got more. I've got more. Don't you worry.
Okay, good. You packing it hot. So I brought this into my office. It's probably going to go bad because it's out of refrigeration. But this is the Alexandre A2/A2. I'm not sure why it's twice. Organic, regenerative, organic certified, certified humane, raised and handled, extra cream talk milk from Alexandria. It's 6% milk fat. This is my favorite. I use it as a creamer. I drink it straight. I could chug it out of this bottle right now if I wanted to, and no dairy discomfort at all. Let's see where I'm going to go next. You know Bobby Approved? Have you heard of that guy?
I don't know that I have.
So he's an influencer, and he does it for better. He actually influences people to buy great products. And so I forget his last name. First name is Bobby, and he has a Bobby Approved app where you use the app, you scan the barcode in the store, and it will tell you if it's Bobby Approved or not. It's pretty cool, and it's based on what ingredients it has or does not have. So he came out with his own brand, which is called it's his handle on social media, Flav City, and he came out with his own products. And this is an electrolyte drink mix, cleaner than liquid IV. I mean, they use real strawberry powder. I mean, I know it's powder, but it's real strawberries. No concentrates, no natural flavors. It's amazing. And then the last one I'll show before we, I think this is suiting, is Once Upon a Farm, right? Got it from Costco. This is the immunity blend. The ingredients in here: apple, cherry, coconut milk, sunflower lecithin, which is much better than soy lecithin, elderberry and juice powder, probiotics, and lemon juice. And it's 100% organic and non-GMO.
Well, I'll do one more. I've got one more for you, Alex. One more, and then if we can more afterwards, we'll see. Also, a newer V-driven client, Switchback Foods. Have you heard of these?
No.
So it's a green smoothie in a pack, right? It's powder. Listen to these ingredients, Alex: mango, banana, spinach, strawberry, kale, lemon.
Wow.
Natural flavor. That's it.
Super clean.
And yeah, non-GMO, plant-based, 5 grams of fiber, gluten-free, 4 cups of fruits and veggies in here in this one little pack that makes one smoothie, and just really an innovative product for sure, and good stuff. So I'm excited about them and what they're going to do. It's a great product. Again, yes, they're clients, but I wouldn't be plugging them if I didn't believe them, because I've been having these for lunch every day, and I've really enjoyed them. As far as getting my schedule's been so crazy with calls and whatnot. These have hit the spot. Very convenient and nutritious. Good for you. Good and good
Awesome.
for you.
And before we bring on Abby June Richards, just a shout out to the V-Driven team. You know, I know I'm staring face to face, right, with one of the prominent members and team members of V-Driven, but I've known Luke Abbott for a long time, at least about, I think 8 years. And then I remember when he started V-Driven a few years back. And stand-up guy, honest guy, will take a call with you and genuinely wants to help you. And they have these Sprouts pitch slams that are happening seemingly almost every month at this point, with different categories. The last, this month's category was brain health and lemon. Then there's another one for bulk that I saw. And then there's another one that with candy, like healthier for you candy. So definitely get in with V-Driven, reach out to Wade. Just wade.yenny@vdriven.com, right? Super simple.
You nailed it. And I think, again, this goes, we were V-Driven was a sponsor prior to me joining, but the other thing that I'm super proud of that we do is our masterclass series that we do probably once a month, give or take. And we have one scheduled for next Thursday, that is centered around maximizing profitability. Which is very, very important right now. And it should be important at all, but the art and science of promotions and channel costs. So Luke and I will be online next Thursday, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern. And what's that cost, Alex? Oh, yeah, it's free. So you just have to register. If you don't have the link, reach out to me. I'll send it to you. But just, again, really, truly giving back to the community and helping everyone in the space understand. We'd done one previously on deduction management last week, or the last one was with regards to PR. And so there's always something educational out there. Past episodes on YouTube. Check them out if you haven't already.
Cool. All right. So we're going to bring on our guest here. So she is, and I want to get this right. She is the CPG CFO. She's a fractional CFO, but she also is a CEO whisperer. She talks and works with CEOs all the time in the CPG space. So Abby June Richards, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome, Abby.
Thank you for being super patient. It was really cool when we I love this. When we played the intro music, because we can see her, but you can't when she's in the waiting room. She was dancing to the intro music of CPG Vibes. And I'm not talking just a little moving. She was dancing all over that floor, moving. It was really cool to see that. I've never seen since Jake at Midday Squares, I've never seen someone dance so much to our intro music. So thank you for the love.
You're making me blush, I think.
All good. Yeah, all good. Yeah, the screen is small. We won't see your face turn red. All right.
Yeah.
So you are an ambassador. You are a member of Rebel Eats. I'd like to start there in the time we have and talk to us about Rebel Eats and how the program works.
Yeah, of course. So I'm excited to be an early adopter with Rebel Eats. I heard about it, submitted an application. Luckily, it got approved. Right. So I know that they are very focused on service providers that are only working with CPG and then also that have a good reputation, right? Making sure they're vetted. So I submitted application, which I know you can do through the website. And so I've got my listing up now.
Awesome. So how's that been? Like, what's been the process of, submitting it, becoming a service provider, hearing from people? I know we're kind of in the earlier stages and we're getting the Rebel Eats is now getting momentum now, but how does it work? Like, what's been your experience with the platform?
Yeah, it's a really fun, I love the branding, right? CPG is all about brand. So it's got some really cool branding, and I've seen the other service providers that are listed on there. It's definitely, people that have a great reputation, that are CPG focused. That is the biggest thing, right? Because I feel like so often you hear about mistakes that what mistakes have you made as a brand, as a founder? And so often that those mistakes are around hiring people that don't know CPG. So I feel like this is huge to have a, provider listing that is people that know CPG. So I have, I get prospects all the time, right? I haven't asked anybody about, gotten to that point where it's like, where did you hear about me? But it's been, I'm looking forward to seeing how it grows.
Alex, I would think that Abby kind of has her own fan club here, because I see Jeff and Peter from Brand Arctica, who are also Rebel Eats members. I see them shouting you out here. I see Andy Kurtz, who is from Buttermilk Creative and almost a neighbor of mine here in the North Carolina area. He's recognizing you. So Abby,
Yeah.
you brought some support with you to promote the show. I love it.
I didn't mean to, but yes, I know Jeff, I know Peter. Andy and I are SKU mentors together, so that's awesome. Thank you all for the support. I saw you earlier, but I'm not in the LinkedIn, so I can't text. I'm just in the
It's multitasking. It's that's why you see me looking all over the place, because I've got windows up, tabs up. It's all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably took us a year and a half to even learn how to multitask between LinkedIn, StreamYard, and it's going back and forth and not losing our minds. And we've been through that battle, and I think we're finally winning it. So so tell us about also pivoting, right? And again, Rebel Eats, just go to rebeleats.com. We're giving out a prize at the end of this show. Could have been mentioned just 2 minutes ago by Abby. You don't know what the trivia question is, but we're going to come up with it. And if you win the trivia question, you guess it right, you get a 12-pack of the Kefir water. Who is one of your clients, correct?
Yes, it's Kif, very close.
Kif.
Okay. Yes, it's an amazing, vegan, full of probiotics. It's goes through, I believe, a fermentation process. So it's got this really I don't drink anymore, but it's almost like an NA beer, right? Because it has like some really complex, interesting flavors. She's a founder, Caroline Brain, out of LA, and I loved working with her. Yes, so I was super excited to be able to bring that to the show.
Right on. LA. That's where I'm at. This shout out to the LA brands here. And so tell us about what you do in the couple minutes we have left on the fractional side with CFO and also with working with CEOs.
Yeah, of course. So founder of the CPG CFO. It's a fractional CFO firm. I work like you, Wade, with clients I believe in, which is really fun. That's why I struck out on my own. I only work with better for you and mission driven, type CPG brands. So Lunchly probably shouldn't come calling. That would not be a productive prospect call. So yeah, I do modeling, forecast, strategy to improve margins and cash flow. So definitely appreciate the different sessions you're doing for founders to help them with those types of things. They definitely need it. So, pricing right, making sure that you're, doing those promotions correctly and having some money at the end of the day, ideally.
Got it. So yeah, cash flow modeling, right? Which is very, very crucial, where if you don't know, once you have the money coming in plus the money going out with the sales and your expenses, if you don't know how long that money is going to last you, that's a really big problem. And I think like a lot of entrepreneurs, for how great entrepreneurs are, they're busy, they're all over the place, where they don't know exactly or within a range how long the money is going to last them. And I think that's a fundamental issue in this business and what causes companies to run out of money, right? Faster than they think.
Yeah, and if I'm allowed to, I will mention on my website, I do offer a free cash flow forecasting template. So if anybody wants to download that, they're welcome to. It's free, to the community.
Nice. And those that are watching or listening, you probably thought that was a leading question. Like I knew she had that on her website. I had no idea. So that just came up organically. She has a model. She has a model that's on the website. That's free. You can download it. And then I think the best way is just message Abby on LinkedIn. I put her the site or the address there, linkedin.com, and then her name, and you can message her there if you'd like to set up a consultation call with her. So all right, well, thank you for joining us, sharing your story, and also with Rebel Eats, which is now live, rebeleats.com. You can sign up from the brand side, and it's CPG centric. Okay, it's CPG focused. So if you're on the brand side, you can sign up to find vetted professionals and service providers. If you are transversely a service provider, you can sign up to be on their network, but you will be vetted. And actually, I've been someone at Rebel Eats reached out to me asking me about a person they were vetting. So they do the vetting to make sure they're legit before they go on the platform. So it's very important. So Abby, thank you so much, and appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Abby.
Bye. Okay, so let's go back to, and I'm going to put on the music now because I figure let's stick with tradition. So I think I did mine. I think no, you were last, so I'll go to.
Was I last?
Okay, I'm going to start out with a bang here, not Bang Energy. I don't normally drink. Okay, maybe celebratory. I'll have maybe a shot or two, but it's got to be high class stuff. But again, I don't really drink that much. But if I do, and if I have a shot or two or celebrating something, so this is something that was a gift, actually. This is alcohol. I think we have our liquor license on CPG Vibes, right? We can show this stuff. So this is Fortaleza. Anyone shout out if you know this alcohol brand, but it's 100% from agave, stone ground, estate bottled. And again, I don't drink a lot of mezcal or tequila, but when I had this one, I've never liked tequila, and I actually really enjoyed this. I had a shot of it a few months ago, and then I was given a bottle to me and my wife as a gift. So Fortaleza, and they have different versions of it. They have one that's more clear, which is the less expensive. They have one that's kind of a color like this, where they mix in different levels of distillation, and it's kind of complicated, but this is the middle one, not the lowest, not the highest, but the middle. So this is, I guess, the black label Johnny Walker equivalent. So that's Forza Leza, and obviously the branding is just, it's glass, it's immaculate. And then the other one, going from alcohol to energy bars here, is Go Macro. I love Go Macro. It's $2.49 at Trader Joe's. You can get a 4-pack at Sprouts for $10.99. They're filling. They're 100% organic, 11 grams of protein. And my favorite SKU is the Everlasting Joy, which has coconut, almond butter, and chocolate chips. This, for shelf-stable bar, is one of my favorites. Of course, the refrigerated bar, my favorite is Midday Squares. But as far as shelf-stable, Go Macro is where it's at.
All right, I've got one more, and then we got to do our stuff, right? So this is great. I put the website up here, and you talk about innovation, and you talk about bringing something to the category. So this is, Alex, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but you will. Possibilities. And Alex, the world is full of possibilities. So what's interesting about this is it's real pasta. This one is the fiber pasta, so it has 6 times more fiber than standard pasta, 11 grams of protein per serving. And so what they're doing, and there's also a protein one that is already gone. We already ate it, but this one is enhanced. It's wheat flour, so it's not gluten-free or anything. It's not chickpea or jovial or anything like that. It's wheat flour and it has pea protein in it. So it's enhanced, great people, innovative product, and it's kind of like that bridge between you've got your regular pasta, you've got your gluten-free and your alternative pasta, but this is, you're getting your wheat and the taste of actual pasta, but you're getting an added benefit with the fiber and protein. So nice. Again, great product, great people, good stuff.
Cool. I'll do one more if you don't mind, then we'll head to our next segment, which is the Friday freebies to win the 12-pack of the KIF Kefir water. I'm going to go to the supplement side. I went from electrolyte to alcohol, which seems to go together, to energy bars, to now supplement. So there's a company that's called Synchro. You can go to Synchro, and you think you have to look this up, Wade. It's Synchro, like SYNCHRO. And they have turmeric there. They have smoothie kits, powderized smoothie kits, but this one is the turmeric liposomal. So I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to show, but it's going to be very hard to see that one of the capsules, there's actual turmeric in it, liquid turmeric, right? And so it's called liposomal, if I'm pronouncing that right. And that's by Synchro, and the name of the SKU is called Gold. That's one. The other one that I have, especially when times are stressful, and it's a stressful time in this country right now for obvious reasons, is Natural Calm. It's a magnesium supplement. Excellent. I get the unflavored. I don't like the lemon or the raspberry and all that other stuff, but the Natural Calm, it gets you going. You get pretty regular when you have magnesium, right? You might be on the toilet a couple times in the day. It cleans you out, but it makes you feel really relaxed, and it's very efficacious, and it works, and the taste is like lemon. So if you're a little bit stressed out, there's some anxiety. A lot of people have this. They go through this in a day-to-day, especially running a business. Natural Calm is awesome. So that's it for me.
Good stuff.
All right. So we're going to go to our next segment here, which is called Friday Freebies.
Friday Freebies.
Okay, so as mentioned, our sponsor for this episode is Rebel Eats, rebeleats.com, and we had their ambassador on, who is part of their network, and that's Abby June Richards. She's the CPG CFO, and they are giving away a 12-pack of the KIF Kefir water, and you can go to kifkefirwater.com. Rebel Eats is a provider network. What problems does it solve? Makes it easier to find an expert to help your needs in CPG when you're operating a business. How it's useful to service providers. They can be part of an exclusive vetted group, gain exposure, attract and filter new clients through profiles. How it works, it's an online directory of vetted professionals. We're always open, no signups, and it's free. We also have our ongoing sponsors, which is rangeme.com/CPG Vibes. To get the 30% off, I keep saying, I'll say it again, you got to sign up through the form. You can approach them directly. Can't guarantee they'll give you the discount. You got to sign up on the form to tell them that, hey, I found you on CPG Vibes, and I'd like to talk with you more about your different rates. They work with 15,000 different buyers. For any brand, Wade, this is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to be on there. It's a rounding error of at the most $16.99 per year. That's a rounding error. That's like buying half a pallet of, cacao powder or something for your product. It's nothing. And you can gain so much out of it. You can get so many new accounts, new relationships, and new distribution. And then we have MyWay3PL, myway3pl.com/CPG Vibes. Same landing page. Got to fill it out to get the deal. And they're the logistic solutions born from seeing all the pain points that CPG brands are going through. Make sure to reach out to them. And they really are operationally efficient, and they offer a true balance of strategy and execution. MyWay3PL to streamline your logistics and scale. All right. So do we have a question for this 12-pack?
I have one, unless you do.
Go ahead. I usually take it, but I want to pass it on.
I was going to say, I'm gonna stick with the theme here, and I've got my Avika shirt on here. And Alex, there's 2 SKUs, and they're named after 2 cities. What are those 2 cities?
The 2. I like how you did 2 cities.
Yeah, you like that? That's 2. That's 2. Yeah. Well, we're waiting for that, Alex. I got to say, and I kind of wish this was an AI episode, because I downloaded the iOS 18.1 public beta for my iPhone with the Apple Intelligence. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, the stuff you can do with this thing, with the rewrite, and there's Hugh Curtis, already got it. Boom. So Hugh, you have to email cpgvibes100@gmail.com to claim your prize. We'll take care of you. But yeah, Alex, you can summarize. I can go to a website that has a whole bunch of stuff on it, and I hit the summarize button, and it just gives me a summary of what's on that page. There's all these new tools with texting and photos. I'm just having a ball playing with it. So if you ask me what I'm going to be doing this weekend, which is what we usually do next, I'm probably going to be playing with the new public beta and seeing all the cool stuff that comes with it. So
awesome. Yeah, and congrats, Hugh, for winning the prize for the 4th time in the last 5 weeks, seemingly. This guy is just he is the champion of winning prizes on this show. So yeah, cpgvibes100@gmail.com to claim your prize. I have not downloaded the latest. If I have an older iPhone, like a 13, can I still download the latest iOS?
You probably want to look that up before you do it. So, I mean, you should be able to look right now. There should be an update. If your phone is updatable, you should be able to update to the regular 18.0 was released this week, but that doesn't have the new features on it. The 18.1 is still in beta. I think it's going to come out in October. And that one you have to register for the beta, download it, and do it. But the 18.0 is officially out if your phone's supported. So, but check it before you mess with it, because it could be messy otherwise.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't see anything pop up on my phone, so not sure if it's available on an older phone like mine. But I guess I just got to go buy a new phone, right? That's
all the reason to buy a new one. There you go.
That's it. That's what they want you to do. So what am I doing this weekend? Tomorrow, hanging out with a friend that I've known for 30 years. So that's going to be cool. And then Sunday is just my wife and son are actually traveling. So I'll have the house to myself, and it's going to be an Alex day.
Nice.
I'm going to do absolutely nothing. I'm just going to read. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm not going to be on any electronics. Hopefully that actually sticks, and maybe play a round of golf if I have the energy and time, or have the energy, I should say. So it's cool. I never really get a lot of alone time, and Sunday will be that day to take care of myself and not expend too much energy, because I've been using a lot of energy these days. So want to mention a couple things about upcoming episodes. So next week is going to be just the 2 of us. We should do some karaoke as well. We can make it if we try. Maybe I'll sing on one of these episodes. That's long overdue. Yeah, we'll see. We don't want to scare away people.
Said no one ever.
Said no one ever. Said no one ever. Bang. So we have a guest who's actually one of my clients. That's Drew Henry, the CEO of Revival Tea. They're at 375,000 raised on WeFunder. I do crowdfunding consulting. So he's going to be coming on our show to talk about their story. They have 4 locations for tea shops, plus they're going to be opening 50 franchise locations in the next 10 years. So they got some huge aspirations and goals. So that's going to be Revival Tea. And then the week after that, which is October 4th, it's going to be a big one, Wade. It's the Expert Series, Women in CPG. So we're going to have Nicole Dawes, who was the previous founder of Late July and now the founder of Nixie. Karen Danujaja, we've had her on before, and she is the CEO of Bloom. And then we have Lan Pham, and she is the CEO of Sang, the Vietnamese coffee. So this is going to be a great episode, and we've got a lot of requests for this. And then it's being sponsored by Social Nature, which is also female founded. So it's going to be a great episode. We're really excited for that. That's going to be the week after next on October 4th. So yeah, I guess everyone take care. Wade, love you, buddy. Another great episode. And we'll see everyone next Friday, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock Eastern. Take care, everyone.